Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this or listening to this, rather. And welcome to the Weebly Comic Podcast, a podcast where every
This
week
whole vocal
I
warm
hate
up.
you. Shut the fuck up. All right, try this again. A podcast where every week we'll be talking about anime, comic book movies, and the latest news related to either one of those things. And welcome to the second episode. And this week we have a very special guest with us. But before we get to him, let's include everybody else, or introduce everybody else. So, first up is one of the three co hosts, which is myself. Hello, I'm Wrath. Next up, we have the man himself, Star Psycho, aka him, aka Adriano. Adrian, say hello.
Hey, well, how you doing?
Following Adrian, I'm so disappointed with you, but we'll get to that. Following Adrian is Brennan, aka Bren. Say hi, Brennan.
Hey, what up, Jits?
God. And finally, we have the god of anime himself, the connoisseur of everything that isn't an isekai, Jay Avocado.
Sorry, I was muted.
Bro,
I was gonna say this
what
man
an
disappeared.
intro. What an intro, you absolute clown. So, anyways, that aside, I honestly don't know where to go from here because this is so scuffed so far.
Well, I think we should get the quickest thing out the way. Demon Slayer episode 2.
Alright, so we're just hopping straight into the topics. We're not, shouting out Javen or anything.
That's what the end's for, baby boy.
Okay, well, yeah, you're right. Alright, so, well, first up, I wanted to announce something. If you're watching this on YouTube, by the time that this is up, we will actually now be on Spotify and hopefully Apple Music. Just wanted to, put that out there in case you're interested in following us on either one of those platforms. And Jay and I also have our own individual YouTube channels. They will both be in the description. Jay talks about anime in his stuff, and I talk about video games. If you're interested in either one of those two topics, go ahead and check them out. As I said, the link will be in the description. Now, let's get into the topics for today. And the very first one is going to be Demon Slayer. So,
So, last week I said some words about not being mad that they're redoing Mugen Train. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to retract those statements as episode 2 was literally just the beginning 25 minutes of the movie.
there were some slight additions, but yeah, you're pretty much exactly right. It was pretty much exactly.
Yeah, what did they add on? Because
So I don't remember the
recently
scenes
watched
that
the
they
movie.
add, but in total new scenes that they added.
There
There
was-
was like 80 scenes in the whole arc that they added. I don't know which one there's gonna be or which one
So
they're gonna change.
I don't
but
remember Rengoku like shoving the bento boxes into every single one of their hands. I could be wrong, but I do not remember any of them besides Rengoku eating that entire movie. So that's one scene that I'm pretty sure was added, but that's like literally it.
Insignificant.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Javen, you didn't watch it, did you?
Continue.
I said you didn't watch it, did you?
No.
hey, bruh. I told you earlier, Diego. If you've seen it, if you've not seen it, you've still seen it.
Yeah, you are right.
If you have not seen Demon Slayer season 2, episode 2, if you've seen the movie, you've seen it.
pretty much.
Period. There was.
I knew
nothing
they weren't
different.
gonna add too much, which I was like, so whatever. I'll still watch it. We're not gonna get anything new, like new till like maybe December, early or mid December,
I'm
whatever.
just hoping that it isn't literally just ripped from the movie and slapped into the.
And most likely it will be.
Yeah,
Which
from
is,
the looks of
looking
how
apart.
that episode went, it looks like it's gonna be almost exactly that.
I'm still gonna watch it. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I am too. I'm just.
I mean,
It's
everybody's
not
gonna
gonna be
watch
new.
it.
Whoa, isn't it like the first like 9 episodes or something?
12, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the movies, what? Only like an hour and some. Where the hell are
No,
they
it's
gonna get all
almost
that
2 hours.
extra content from?
The movie, I don't know, but
So there has
I
to be
will
new
say-
scenes somewhere.
I will say I did see that episode 4 is gonna be pushed back a week
What?
because apparently there's like a I don't know if it was it's either a debate or a vote, like an election that is taking place, and I guess it plays on the channel that Demon Slayer plays on, so they are pushing it back a week.
Damn.
Oh, that's
So
that.
I don't know how that's gonna go, but that might put us that's gonna put us a week behind, or it's going to still release on track, but like they had originally like spaced out episode timings.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not change the like when we're supposed to be on track or not, but we're not sure.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody have any additional comments? Javen, any thoughts?
So, I got a mouthful of cantaloupe right now.
Oh my!
You're gonna have to get back to me. Give me a few moments.
Oh my god! This man is a menace. Javen, what are your thoughts?
Even though you introduced me as the anime person, I actually haven't been watching Demon Slayer since it came out at all. And that is because, like you guys said, it's just the movie. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not gonna watch it at all or eventually catch up, but I just I don't feel very excited about just rewatching the movie right now. You know, if it was like new stuff, I'd be all over it. But
Well, did you watch
not
the
as
first
excited.
episode?
No.
What?
The first episode is like brand new.
It's
and
entirely new.
explores-
No, there's
yeah.
nothing that was in the movie that is in the first episode.
No.
It explores more so like Gren Goku's character. Like, is
I
his
told
own
you
separate
this
character.
last week. This man's tripping. All right.
Jay,
well,
we revoke your.
I revoke his anime
well,
connoisseur
what?
card.
I mean, that's kind of weird because when I literally pressed play and then paused it and then called you, asked you if there's anything new, and then you said no.
Because I thought you were talking about episode 2.
No, I was like, hey, we're gonna start watching Demon Slayer. Is there anything new? And you said no.
Dude,
So I
I
didn't watch
assumed
anything.
you were talking about the new episode. I'm sorry.
No, I was talking about the whole show.
You should have specified, motherfucker.
Dog, all I said was Demon Slayer.
Yes. How am I supposed to know what you're talking about? I thought you already watched the first episode. Because I told you that it was entirely new and it was fire.
I never spoke to you about episode 1.
Yeah, I will pull up the text right now.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because we got to keep moving. We're going to Cowboy Bebop now?
Yeah, keeping on the anime.
Alright, so, Brennan, have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
I have not seen Cowboy Bebop.
Alright, so let's get your thoughts first then. What did you think?
It looks very interesting. I mean, I always hear, I don't think I've ever heard someone say that Cowboy Bebop is trash, but I'm also looking at it from purely like as if I'm watching a new movie because I can't compare it to anything. And it looks to be interesting, very comic book like in the sense of like how they talk and like the movements and the way they move the screen around and like almost panel looking. So I mean, I'll definitely watch it. Whether I get to watch the anime before or after, you know, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. I mean, I have no like high hopes for it. I am just strictly like, I'll check it out when I get a chance.
True. All right, well, I didn't even really introduce it. So basically, if you don't really know, Netflix dropped a Cowboy Bebop live action trailer, and it's absolutely fire. And I don't remember what Javen thinks of Cowboy Bebop exactly, but it's my second favorite anime ever. So I was really excited to watch it, and I think it looked amazing. And even watching it the second time, I still kind of felt like a little nostalgic, and the transitions were fire. That's really all that I have to say about it. I just wanted to see Edward and Ein, but we didn't get to see that. But moving on, Adrian.
As for the trailer, I think it's fine. I'm more curious as just how is it going to be as, what is it, a movie or a show?
I think it's a
Pretty
show.
sure it's a show.
Okay, because for some reason I thought it was a movie, and once they hinted that Vicious is going to be a part of it, like how the OG Cowboy Bebop, I was going to be like, well, how is he going to be like fully done well in the movie? But since it's a show, they can expand upon that. and maybe we'll be able to see Edward and Ainz down the line in the show. I don't know how long this show is going to last or how many episodes it will have, but as for the trailer, I think it looks fine. It's nothing. I don't feel like I should be worried about it too much. I like Cowboy Bebop. It was a fire ass show, or a fire ass anime. So I don't think I'm gonna be too worried about the direction of the show.
Cowboy Bebop. Used to be my favorite anime for the longest time. It's still probably in like my top 5, and I need to rewatch it soon. But I was very concerned about the show, like the live action remake. I don't know. I just don't trust Netflix, bros, half the time. But I mean, it looks good so far. I think the actors look great. I think the actual show itself, the shots, cinematography, everything looks amazing. I think it's super stylized in a different way than the show, but I think that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
um, the trailer is actually all footage. None of that's actually going to be in the show. That's
I
like
figured.
a little bonus thing
I like
that they released. Yeah. So I don't think that the show is going to be as crazy as that, I think it'll be easier to follow. Less insane transitions every 5 seconds. But I mean, I'm hyped for the show. Surprisingly, like I'm still prepared to be disappointed, but at the same time, like I got to take that risk, bro. I got to see it through. It looks good. What can I say?
Gots to see it through, my boy.
Well, I thought it was a movie, so now I feel like I have to watch the anime before I watch the show.
I mean, like
Very,
it's a very unique anime to say the least. Like
Yeah.
there isn't really like there is an overarching story, but like a majority of the anime doesn't focus on. It's very episodic.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I don't know, Brennan, if you watch like Adventure Time or regular show, there's like a plot that slowly builds throughout the entire show, but like most of the episodes are just random stuff.
Interesting.
But to what you were saying, Jay, I don't trust Netflix either. But I'm just gonna treat this as like a separate thing entirely, if not just like this is like a side story that happened to the anime or something, depending on what the plot actually is, obviously. I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna be too upset if it's bad, just because, like I said, I'm gonna treat it like a completely different thing. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, if it's bad, it's not gonna ruin Cowboy Bebop or anything by any means.
And if it does,
Yeah,
then you need to fix your priorities.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
I mean, there's some
Tell 'em
people
how
that are
it
like
is.
that.
No, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be harsh, but like it's kind of like with the My Hero fan base thing. Like if the My Hero fan base ruins My Hero for you, then there's something wrong. That's just my personal opinion. So if a Netflix adaptation, which keeping in mind 90% of them are fucking garbage, if that really ruins the anime for you, then there's an issue.
Watch the Death Note movie, and now I hate everything Death Note.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
if he just didn't like that and push it onto the anime. To be honest, you just didn't like the anime to begin with.
Thank you.
That's pretty valid.
I still haven't watched Death Note.
You should watch it, bro.
You
It's pretty
should
good.
watch
It's
it.
pretty good.
Nah, I'm good.
Bro.
I tried. I genuinely tried. I just couldn't get into it.
Do we have any other like anime things that any of you guys want to talk about before we move on to something entirely different?
Adrian had a good one. It was about Jujutsu Kaisen, and they released some.
True. Yeah, they released
how the characters are gonna look.
Yeah, so now I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last of the characters that they released, but they released pretty much Rika. So
listen, they released a character design for Rika, and that's about it. She looked kind of cool. Adrian, what's your thought on how she looks?
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't expect her to look. I don't know how to describe this without spoiling it. I think it was
different colors.
I think the colors was not what I was expecting, but they're still not bad. Not a bad color, and the size was kind of at first it was like weird, but when I thought about it and looked more into it, I'm like, oh, that makes actual sense and why that's how big she is. Like that's her actual size. Other than that, I'm fine with the design of it. I'm pretty sure that'll be the last design for all JJK Volume Zero characters.
Oh, it's
They've
the
released
new
almost
it's
everyone
the
else,
new
no?
poster that they released, isn't it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
unless they're gonna have like other characters like Nanami or Toto being there.
Yeah.
But that'd be a cool little Easter egg they put in the movie compared to Volume Zero, since they were in that event. That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Event.
I mean, it's called the Parades of 100 Demons. We all know it from the animated series. It's been told. So they were there. They were prevalent. Nanami, I think, performed Black Flash 3 times in a row during that
That's
event.
where he did that? That's cool.
I'm pretty sure that's where he did it. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'm sorry. Hodo, on the other hand, he was there, and he actually destroyed a lot of cursed spirits that were grade 3, third grade to special grade. That's cool. I want to see that from Toto.
That's what made him famous and such a big shot in the school.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think the design is interesting, but I'm not gonna elaborate because spoiler issues. So we're just gonna tiptoe around this and move on to Uncharted.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to go.
So, Javen, my favorite video game is the Uncharted series. So, you take the lead here.
All right, first of all, Uncharted is not my favorite video game.
Yes, it is. You wouldn't shut up when Uncharted 4
That's not
came
true.
out.
Listen,
you would
hear me out though. Hear
stop
me out
talking about
though.
Uncharted 4
Hear
for
me
years.
out though. Uncharted 4 is an amazing game. I love the Uncharted series though. I can't explain it. It's just peak storytelling in video games. It's up there. It's up there. Now for the Uncharted movie, the trailer, I have my complaints, but I'm pretty positive about it still. So I feel like, yeah, it's got the Uncharted vibes. It's honestly, like that plane scene where they're like falling out of the plane. That's like straight out of the video game, basically.
Yeah.
Like that stuff looks fire. The movie looks fun. It just looks like a fun time. It doesn't look like anything like groundbreaking, but like, I'll still watch it. It looks fun. My only real problem is that Tom Holland he's nothing like Nathan Drake at all. Like his portrayal is not Nathan Drake, and neither is what's his face, Mark Wahlberg. He's nothing like Sully at all. But like at least the performance so far is nothing like that. But I mean, it still looks like a fun time to watch. So what the heck? I'm not gonna let that ruin my movie going experience. So that's how I feel about it.
Now,
that's all. That's where I'll leave it. That's where I'll leave it.
Now he is the go-to when it comes to this, because all of us are Xbox boys, so I don't think any of us you have played Uncharted?
Yeah, and he's like Tom Holland still in that movie. One, I'm gonna be honest, watching it just felt like he wasn't like grown enough to be doing all that, because he still like came across very young.
Mm-hmm.
And he also seems very like pretty boyish. From what I remember when I used to play it, Nathan Drake was a very like gritty, type of person, not so like clean cut looking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I guess the best way to describe him, Jay, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but like the typical manly man type of vibe. He's got scruff, always ready to get his hands dirty, ready to work and do all that stuff. And just Tom Holland just seems very like the pretty boy version of it.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it is like Nathan Drake. He's smooth with it. Tom Holland, he's more like I just can't put it into words, but I agree with what you said.
He's like Shia LaBeouf and Indiana Jones.
That is such an awful comparison. my poor child. Oh my god.
That's exactly what it's like.
Honestly, personally, since I've never played a single Uncharted game, but I have watched like a playthrough of Uncharted 4, I agree. He doesn't really look anything like Nathan Drake or act anything like Nathan Drake. And like I personally didn't know how I felt when they announced that he would be playing it. I was kind of like, "Oh, it's just Hollywood typecasting kind of thing." Or not typecasting, but you know what I mean, like
Well, he's Sony's
yeah.
little pet.
Yeah.
Trophy child.
Trophy
Little
Yeah,
child.
yeah, no.
Trophy
What
child's
Brendan said,
probably
golden child, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And I don't know, I was still open-minded about it because I was just like, it's probably gonna still be a good movie regardless. I mean, I think it still will be. I don't have high hopes for it, unfortunately, because, you know, video game movies never really are good. Like, I think the best video game movie so far is, like, decent at best. So.
I don't know. Assassin's
What do you
Creed
mean,
is
bro?
pretty
Wreck-It
good.
Ralph.
Bro,
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is pretty good.
Oh my god.
Did you see the Sonic movie, bro?
Yeah, it was
Thought it was
decent.
pretty good.
Like, I enjoyed it a lot, but it wasn't a good movie, probably.
Hey, bro. Mario's
Probably.
gonna change that for you.
Probably.
Yeah, Mario's gonna change everything.
Now,
It's a mini Chris
Detective
Pratt.
Pikachu, in my opinion, is the best video game movie, but it's just a good movie. It's not an amazing movie. It's not a, you know, you need to watch it, what the fuck are you doing kind of movie. It's just a good movie. So.
Nah, it's definitely you better. If you've not seen Detective Pikachu yet, we don't have to throw hands.
Yo, by the way, on my YouTube, I made a video talking about what they should do for the sequel for that movie. Go check it out. Anyways,
No one cares about your YouTube
Shameless
channel.
plug, bro.
I'm just saying,
Shame.
bro. I'm just saying. I'm cutting that out, by the way, Brennan. Fuck it.
All right. Well, for me, I've never played or really watched anything or Uncharted, any of the Uncharted series. So I'm really going into this movie basically blind as hell. Yeah. And so, most of y'all are probably gonna be like, "What the hell? You haven't seen or watched or played Uncharted, you dweeb." I'm just like, it's fine. I wanted to because I heard it's a good game series, but I don't have like a PlayStation for it, so I don't really care that much for it.
The impoverished
literally had a PlayStation 3.
have those issues.
Yeah, but I didn't buy shit for my PlayStation 3. My dad did.
All right, that's
you know what he
fault.
got? He got BioShock. And you know what he did?
Imagine buying BioShock on a
I don't even know because he didn't play
PlayStation 3.
it. He didn't play it.
Do you still have your PlayStation 3?
I don't think so.
Uh,
We only had it because they wanted to play Blu-ray, but after we got like a new TV and other shit, so we can actually play Blu-ray, it's kind of pointless.
If you find it or something, you can borrow my my Uncharted games if you wanted to.
I'll keep that in mind if I have a desire to play Uncharted for some
Yeah,
reason.
I think that the first game, even though it's super old, it still holds up pretty well. It just came to me. I think that the best person to play Sully could have been J.K. Simmons. That's all I'm saying. I think that would have been actual gas. But of course, if they did that, no way could it be Tom Holland for Nathan Drake. So.
Yeah, because they would have had to move the age for both of them back so much.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you who would have been a good Nathan Drake because I know
Nathan
exactly
Fillion,
who.
bro.
Yeah,
Literally
if you're
Nathan
saying
Fillion.
Fillion.
Did they use him
Wait.
as the what's it called? As like
They made a
the
fan
model?
film with him.
Yeah, but
Hold
isn't
on.
like
I'm gonna tell you.
isn't Nathan Drake's like entire existence based off
No.
of Nathan Fillion?
I don't know.
Colin Farrell would have been
Colin
a good Nathan
Farrell.
Drake. Yeah. He was in I think he's the dude who was in
He's too
Total
old.
Recall.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with
Old guy,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go with
He
Diego
look-
on this one. I think he's a little too old for the role.
Cause he's 45.
'Cause
So,
if
but
they-
like for
look-wise
Uncharted
and stuff-
4, perfect age, sure. But like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the rest of them, I don't agree.
yeah, if they want to turn this into a franchise, they can't go with someone who's already like at the age to be ending franchises.
Now, if they would have done this like 10, 15 years ago, Colin Farrell, perfect. But
Why not? Yeah.
Did you guys know? Well, this will be a later conversation, but Colin Farrell plays Penguin in the new Batman movie.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to clap the cheeks, bro.
is that really him? I did not
Yeah.
notice that at all.
They just got hella makeup on.
Look, bro, I was just about to start talking about the Batman trailer. We need to chill.
Yeah, we could probably like calm down on that.
Yeah, I was like, bro. Speaking of the Batman
I
trailer, then I was
told
like, I need to
you.
pause.
Realize
I
that
need
it
to
never
pause.
This is a
I need
future
to pause.
conversation.
That could be your transition when you come back. Just be like, "Oh, speaking of the Batman."
All right, what was the transition that we had? Oh yeah, speaking of Batman, I guess we should move into like the comic book movie news kind of thing. If you haven't heard, a shit ton of Marvel movies just got delayed. Everything got pushed back basically to the previous slot, or you know what I mean. Like the slot got pushed back a slot. So since Marvel wants to be, we're going to focus on the bigger thing that happened this week, which is DC Fandome. As I was saying, speaking of Batman, the Batman trailer, honestly, that was the highlight for me.
I would say it's only better because it had more actual trailer time. The other ones are very like, think Batman trailers like probably 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes long of actual like footage. Wow, everything else got like maybe 30, 40 seconds of footage put in.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big part in being able to actually enjoy. Because I mean, you think about it, like the Flash and Black Adam, you really get nothing, like nothing about the story. I mean, you get a little bit about the story in Flash, but like in Black Adam, you literally get nothing of the story in that little teaser.
Yeah.
Flash wise, I'm gonna hold my peace till we get to Flash when I can fully speak my mind about that one. But
All
Batman
right.
is great, yeah.
So Adrian, you got something to say about the Batman trailer?
I got many interesting things. First off, I want to hear that Batman.
That's not happening.
Okay, I know. I just want to have dreams. Anywho, let me go to Demon Time. Hold on. Zoe Kravitz, is that how I pronounce her name? I need you in my life. I need her.
This menace.
Adrian said I'm shooting my
Listen,
shot right
that
now.
is the best cat women or cat women.
Cat women.
Hush, man. Demon Time. It is the best cat woman we have had, and I don't even know how she gonna play in this movie. She just looked better. She built different, and me and my demon self agree. So like, Zoe, I love you. It was all just a love confession. Anywho,
I fucking hate this man.
I didn't expect them to have like Catwoman in this movie. That was like actual shocker to me. Another thing was having two villains. At least that's what it looks like: Riddler and Penguin. I'm not sure how Penguin's gonna play. Neither with the Riddler. I'm not sure if there's gonna be like a main villain or they're actually gonna have a team up.
I'm pretty sure the main villain is the Riddler, especially since, everything that we've seen so far, they have not shown anything but the riddles. So, I think
it started off with the Riddler.
Yeah.
So
like them showing the Penguin was actually pretty much a curveball for me, just because I was like, one, Colin Farrell being the Penguin was such a weird thing. The fact that you mentioned that earlier, I just don't understand it. But also, like, the Penguin is such a weird villain to include, just because, like, he's not, like a big villain, and like neither is.
I mean,
like,
he's one of the most popular.
No, I'm saying like if you're like a casual moviegoer, a casual Batman fan, who the fuck is the Penguin? You know what I mean? Like if you've seen every single Batman movie, like the recent ones at least.
Oh, if you're just a pure Batman movie fan, then...
yeah, like if you don't read the comics or anything, then who?
I mean, it depends on how old you are. If you've seen like all the Batman films,
well,
even the older ones, you would know.
Was the Penguin in one of the older ones?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Because I know that what's his face was
Mr.
the
Freeze
Riddler,
was in one,
and Mr. Freeze was in one, but I didn't know if I didn't know that the Penguin was in one before.
Have y'all watched Gotham, the TV series?
I know he was in that one.
I never saw the Gotham TV series.
It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I've heard it's good. I just didn't at the time. Just didn't have the time to watch it.
Yeah, we don't have the time for a lot of things other than confessing your love for Zoe Kravitz.
Damn right.
Hold up, I'm sending a picture of the old Penguin in the Discord right now.
I still remember when Robert Pattinson was like people were hearing that Robert Pattinson was playing Batman. They're all
I hate
getting
you
worried.
so much. God.
Damn it.
Menacing, huh?
For real, bro.
Best villain, no cat.
Anyways,
Yeah, people were not happy about Robert Pattinson at first, but I don't like from the looks of it.
He
doesn't seem too bad.
might end up being my favorite one, depending on how this movie goes.
Time to start.
I mean,
following
I'm
the
gonna be honest. The best Batman we have is Christian Bale, and
yeah,
he really ain't that great, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. Like,
how come?
Listen,
Wait.
What was it? Arkham Knight?
Like,
is it the second one's Arkham Knight? Whichever one had the Joker in it. That's the only good one out of that entire trilogy, in my humble opinion.
Not even a Dark Knight Rises?
Nope.
Wow.
All those
no,
movies
the one
were
with
fucking
Joker,
garbage.
the one with Joker was the highlight of that. The other ones were kind of boring.
Yeah,
I will
especially
the first one's
one.
boring.
Especially
the first one was boring. I don't know if it had Ra's al Ghul or Scarecrow.
I think it had both.
It had both. Okay. For two villains
I
that
also
are pretty
hated
well
that
known.
movie because Scarecrow is one of my favorite Batman villains, and they did that man so wrong. Anyway,
yeah, he's kind of forgettable.
He's so fucking
movie.
forgettable. He's so forgettable.
Like, I forgot he was even in the movie. I had to look that shit up.
And they didn't even really do Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul was great, but the fact that they didn't do a good job with Ra's al Ghul also pissed me off.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul was like a poor representation or poor portrayal for the movie part. Of course, the Arkham Knight movie
and don't even
was the
get
highlight.
Me started on Bane. Oh my fucking god!
I honestly didn't mind Bane that much, but that was like back at the time. I was like, I wasn't the biggest comic fan.
Literally,
I mean, yeah, compared to everyone else who they portrayed, not too bad. I just wish.
Like, if you watch the Harley Quinn animated show that they have on HBO Max, they literally make fun of what's his face's portrayal of Bane every episode that Bane's in it. It's so fucking funny.
No, I think so far Robert Pattinson, I'm interested to see how it goes. The one thing I'll say I was disappointed in is not changing his voice up much when he's in the bat suit, kind of making his voice like a little like deeper or like grungy sounding.
I'm glad that they didn't do that, because that was one thing that I hated so much about Christian Bale's portrayal.
Well,
he just
overdid it.
awful.
I feel like
yeah,
he definitely overdid it. But like, I'm interested to see if he does anything different, because I know in a lot of like the cartoons and stuff, like if you watch like Justice League or Batman, he never really changes his voice. He just puts the mask on top of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if they'll keep his voice like 100% the same, or if maybe he like kind of like changes it up a little bit when he puts the suit on.
Well, I'm not even really entirely sure what time period this movie takes place in. Because, like, remember, like, in the first trailer, they had, like, smartphones and shit. But, like, it doesn't seem like a modern... But anyways, the point of me saying that is if it is modern, then maybe they'll use, like, what they did with Ben Affleck. Just, like, in post...
voice modulator.
Yeah, in post, they'll change it.
I feel like they may do that, like, first time. But then after a while, it was, like... Stop using it.
You were saying, Jay?
I don't see it lasting long.
You guys said that the other Batman movies were boring. I just wanted to comment on that real quick.
I didn't agree with them for the most part. Maybe the first movie.
Adrian's like, I don't stand with them, actually.
That's their opinion.
I mean, to be fair, you know what? Christian Bale, I think, is a solid Batman. He is like the ideal person to... His portrayal was like the ideal, like, okay, we're just gonna take how Batman is and just boop, there he is. And you know what? I feel like it was great. It's iconic and it is what it is. But I agree with no, but hear me out. I agree with you guys. It's not that exciting. Like because Batman, he's just a guy. He beats people up at night. He's rich. There's nothing really exciting about it. Like it's cool. the character is cool, but like the idea of Batman is here. Let me rephrase. The idea of Batman is cool because a guy dresses up as a bat, he beats people up, he can't be defeated because he's super smart. But the actual character himself, I feel like, can be boring. But with this version that they're doing with Robert Pattinson, like he just looks so angry, bro. Like the last two Batmans never looked this angry. I feel like this Batman is actually going to be exciting, like the actual character. Now, as for the director, bro, Matt Reeves. He's got a vision, bro. This movie looks amazing.
It does.
Like Planet of the Apes, those are pretty movies to watch, and this movie looks the same. Like it just looks like it. Christopher Nolan, sorry. He did the other Batman movies, and obviously he made them as realistic as possible. I think that Matt Reeves is gonna make this movie as cool as possible. So I'm
I feel like
hyped,
he's gonna play into the comic book aspect, like. You
Yeah.
can make it seem as realistic as you want, but it doesn't follow like comic book aspect of things.
Exactly.
Now, keeping along with the Batman, good old Batman. How'd y'all feel about seeing the back of his head in the Flash trailer?
Okay, was Michael Keaton narrating the beginning portion of that, or am I tripping?
To be honest, I have no clue.
I don't know, to be honest.
I honestly think he was, just because I don't know, it just sounded like his voice. But I'm so hyped for that movie.
Really? Are you a fan of the Michael Keaton Batman movies?
I only saw the one where he some people who are watching this or listening to this will know when he is like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's the only one that I've seen. I don't remember what that one's called. I think it's 89.
No, I have some words about this movie coming up.
Some words as well.
Look, I know you. I know
Flash,
you were not a fan
Flash
of the
movie.
man playing.
Jay,
the Flash.
would you like to go first? Because mine's gonna run a little deep.
Sure, I'd love to go first. I don't think this movie's gonna. I don't have faith. There we go. And this teaser did not make me feel any better at all. Like literally. I first of all, before the teaser, I already was super skeptical. I'm like, you're gonna do what? You're gonna do Flashpoint and not even do the story right? You're gonna have another Batman come in, the Michael Keaton. It just felt like a reaction to the Multiverse of Madness. Honestly, that's what it really felt like. I know they've been trying to make a Flashpoint movie, but bringing in Michael Keaton, that part feels like, yeah, they're just reacting to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's how it looks to me. And I feel like it's not even who's asking for this? Who wants Michael Keaton's Batman to come back?
A lot of people, actually. A lot of people. I thought you were gonna say who wants Flashpoint. I was like, Flashpoint is his biggest comic book arc.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
Flashpoint.
know. No, I'm not just. No disrespect to the story of Flashpoint. I'm just saying, do we really want Michael Keaton's Batman?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm indifferent about Michael Keaton's Batman. I would much rather, prefer what's his name? Jeffrey Dean Morgan. There we go. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I would have preferred him.
Yeah, the actual storyline.
Yeah, the actual storyline.
Yeah, that's fire. That would have been fire.
It's kind of like what Brennan and I, you remember the conversation we had 2 weeks ago about how I think that the timing for this story is wrong.
Yes. So let me tell you my piece, and then I'll get right into that because it was going to continue into my piece.
Okay.
So, first of all, I'm going to start off with, before the trailer even begins, we get good old Ezra Miller acting awkward and stupid as usual. So that right there is my first gripe. I do not like Ezra Miller as the Flash. How do you go from Grant Gustin to Ezra Miller? It is just not okay.
But he was looking submissive and breedable.
That's the problem. No. No, my problem is I mean, given this can be definitely also up to how they wrote the character. Him being the Flash in Justice League bothered me a lot because they made him as if he was a very awkward or socially awkward, loner individual who has no friends, who is scared to get his hands dirty type deal, which is Not the Flash at all. The Flash is very charismatic. He's like a Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like
Very
Andrew
smart.
Garfield Spider-Man to a
Sur-
T.
Surrounded by a bunch of people who love him, regardless of his dad being in jail. So to me, that right there really bothered me a lot, considering this is like my favorite superhero of all time. Like overall, like just talking about superheroes in general, Flash is like that's my boy. Given now, I don't want people thinking that I'm like a comic head and I know all the comic aspects of Flash. I don't. I just like growing up, I watched a lot of the Justice League cartoons, and Flash was always my favorite character. Always has been, always will be. That's beside the point. Getting into the movie wise now, the second thing I had a gripe with, I ain't gonna lie, I hate the suit. I do not like
Which
the
one?
suit.
Is the Flashpoint suit or the
Or the what? The Justice League one?
yeah, or like the regular one?
I
that he
didn't like
has?
either of them.
Damn.
The one in Justice League was like too like armory, while this one is just it looks good until of the glowing lights around him. The what I'm assuming is supposed to be like the Speed Force lightning going through the suit.
Yeah.
I think it looks a little cheesy, like a little it's a little too much. If they could have taken like what they did in Justice League, but like toned it down a little bit and then
Yeah, because
had like a normal suit, I
I
would have been
think
pretty
what they
happy with
did
that.
in Justice League, at least the second one with the Speed Force like following him, I think that was like perfect.
They're doing a little bit much. This suit, I'm not. It's not that it looks bad overall. It's just like that shot of him like showing up in front of his mom's house in the suit in the dark, and you just like seeing all that outlining. I personally wasn't a fan. I could see some people thinking it cool. It's cool. That's just a personal like gripe thing of mine. I do, however, like how they showed the flash ring, so insinuating that maybe he'll have the costume inside the ring. Calling back to some of the old like comics type stuff. Another cool thing that I thought was there, but to me didn't really make any sense either, was seeing what looked to be two other speedsters there with him when they saw Batman. I don't see how that happens, but I guess it's kind of cool just to be able to see like other, speedsters. Now to go along with what Diego was about to get into, the timing of this movie and how they're going about everything, you're showing one, people barely know anything about the Flash right now. Like, let's be honest, people know him through Justice League, but there's not a lot of people, I would say, who like I can walk up and be like, yo, the Flash is sick, and they're gonna be like, yeah, da da da, and like know a lot about him. They're just gonna be like, isn't he just the dude that runs super fast? And in my opinion, the Flash is arguably one of the most important like members of the Justice League. While he causes a lot of problems, much like Doctor Strange, he also is a very big help and fixes a lot of problems. Like
I'd argue
his
that
power,
he's only second to Batman in like terms of importance. That in
yeah,
my
like
personal.
like his super speed runs so much deeper than just, oh, homeboy can run fast. Like, traveling through time. The Speed Force itself is a very delicate like thing to be in control of. So kind of zooming through his origin story and then getting straight into Flashpoint is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I thought they were going with the original storyline of Bruce's dad, becomes Batman instead of him. But
Would have been
if
sick.
yeah, like that's how the storyline's supposed to go. But now they're changing that up. And then, like I said, as cool as it was to see what looked like two other speedsters with him,
That's not
it's
the
also
story.
the standpoint of where did they come from and why are they there? That's not like Flashpoint is literally where Barry learns, yo, do not go back in time and mess with major plot points, because if you do, a lot of bad things happen. You return to your time and like everything's different, and it shows him, and it's a very good learning point for him not to mess with the future and to like, you made this problem, you got to fix it type of deal. Because I think I believe he does Flashpoint very shortly after learning that he can go back in time. So like not like super early in his powers, but pretty early on in his journey. But he does have a lot to learn before he gets there. And that's where me and Diego were just talking about, like, maybe letting Robert Pattinson's Batman come out so that you can like see his dad and kind of get an understanding of what happened there, and then giving a Flash an origin story and then another Batman movie or something, and then having Flashpoint would have helped a lot, just because at least what was in the original storyline is like Bruce dies in the alleyway that night. His mom goes crazy, becomes the Joker. His dad turns into Batman, but a lot more of a violent version of Batman. I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind like killing and all that.
Yeah, he murders left and right. He's basically Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah. So, but if they're not even going with that storyline, then that argument of like where they're having it placed is kind of invalid in a sense. But I'm 100% with you. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have like, obviously I'm gonna go see it because like I said, Flash is my favorite, but seeing that trailer really didn't make me any more excited for the movie. If anything, I watched it and I was like, wow, what little hope I did have for them not to mess it up is basically gone.
Yeah, because like for me personally, like I don't think it should have been a second movie ordeal. I think it should have been like a third, because with Flashpoint, I kind of see it as like the same level importance as like Civil War. So
I agree.
Like I was telling Brennan, I was like, I honestly think Flash should have had a first movie, which took place almost immediately after Justice League, that Batman movie like we talked about, and then a second one that maybe dealt with like but he figures out that he can time travel, and then Flashpoint happens a few months after in the DCEU kind of thing, and they'll do Flashpoint because he's they've shown us that he can handle things.
Flash 2 should have introduced Thawne.
Yeah.
Eobard Thawne.
Yeah, and then he does Flashpoint and goes through all of that, and I personally, mainly because I just watched the Flashpoint animated movie that is on HBO Max, like I think like a month or two ago. So it's like pretty fresh off the top of my head. But like the fact that there's no like indication of there being a war between the Atlanteans and the Amazonians. There we go.
Yeah.
Like there's just all the major plot points of Flashpoint not being shown whatsoever. Especially as great as it is to see Michael Keaton's Batman return, that isn't the story. So
that throws our argument of like the placement of this movie and seeing certain things. It just like there's no point of even arguing that, because you can see that they're going for a very different.
See, but I don't like that, because at least with Civil War they stayed true to the events, sort of, and like it feels like with Flashpoint they're just taking it and throwing the comic out of the window. What'd you say?
But like I'm interested. I would have to do research on this. But there could be a different Flashpoint storyline as well, because they've done multiple different storylines of multiple different things.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if maybe there is a Flashpoint that's kind of similar to this, or like dabbles in the similar idea. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm with Jay and you. I'm not necessarily excited to see it. But I mean, it's the only Flash thing I get, essentially, aside from like maybe a Justice League in the future where I get to see Flash, and the Flash TV show. But everyone knows the Flash TV show has lately gone very downhill.
Yeah,
we won't talk about
it lately. Yeah, exactly.
From grace.
And like it sucks, but like the TV series I think did Flashpoint very, very well. They gave like a season or two of Flash to let him get his powers together. Eobard Thawne, kind of teaches him how to do things, and then Flashpoint happens. Like I think that was a very that's how it should have been movie wise. The first movie is him getting his powers, the origin story. Facing on someone who's not too strong, like Captain Boomerang or something.
So there's only 2 Flashpoint series comic runs.
Stories.
And the second one, he saves JFK from getting killed. So.
What the fuck does he need to save JFK?
That seems so
it was an Elseworlds story, so it's like a what if, basically. But But yeah, so there's only one Flashpoint line, because when you were saying that, I was like, I'm 90% sure, but I don't want to speak on it until I look it up, and yeah, there's only the one. So
yeah, I was just saying it just in case, because like I said, as much as I love the character, I'm not super well versed in any of the comics or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like, see, like it's one of those like it's just gonna be like the Last Airbender. Like it's
That's such
if you know nothing
awful
about the Flash and you see the movie, you might think it'd be kind of cool. But when you've seen the animated series, or you actually know about the character and or storyline, and you watch this, you're gonna be like,
what
what is this? This ain't. You might as well not even call this Flashpoint. You could have just called this Flash screws up. But yeah.
Well, I mean the change the drastic changes aren't really what mainly trigger me. What more so triggers me is, I think, what you guys have been saying, the timing of when this movie releases. Because if we do the direct comparison, like we're saying, okay, this movie should have came out like in the same timeline, or the same build up. Like, so the MCU has this build up for Civil War. The DCEU should have had the same build up for Flashpoint. Using that same correlation, Civil War has a lot of changes in it that they had to make based on where the characters were in the story. Certain characters weren't introduced yet. Other ones they wanted to introduce, like Spider-Man, whatever. They could do the same. They could make all those changes with Flashpoint.
Yeah.
But this movie does not feel right now at all, dude.
Also,
Drives me nuts.
Something I completely forgot about until I looked it up on IMDb. The chick that's on Barry's right is actually Supergirl, not a speedster.
Supergirl, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, because like not worse because they're introducing Supergirl. Like, I love Supergirl, but it's worse because, like, why is Supergirl here?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like I have something against Supergirl. Her TV series is actually pretty well done, in my opinion. It's one of the few like Superman / Supergirl things I've been able to watch and enjoy. But it just how does that tie into? How is that relevant to the story? Again, this is supposed to be like in my opinion, a very big learning point for Barry to like not be doing certain things with his powers and stuff.
Plus, so maybe she replaces Superman in this scenario.
I have no idea. Probably. I mean, because Henry Cavill's never coming back.
I will walk out of
Henry Cavill is never coming back, Brennan. I hope you don't understand this.
It doesn't look good for Henry Cavill.
So
Warner Brothers doesn't like.
I don't like Superman, so to be honest, I don't really care.
So
no, but Superman is so like important to DC, so it's kind of hard to like.
Yeah.
Not have it.
you kind of have to have the resident Kryptonian somewhere.
No, I know that, but he has no place in a Flash movie unless they're racing. And Flash.
I mean, he's in Flashpoint, but he's very minor in my opinion.
Honestly, though, I think my closing thought on this subject is it's not named the Flashpoint, so maybe they're doing something different with time travel. That's me hoping. It's me hoping. And if they are doing Flashpoint, I don't understand why they're making so many changes, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Flashpoint is one of the most iconic storylines DC has, period. So why would they make so many massive changes to the most iconic storyline that they have?
Money.
But
they want to make something
if they wanted money, they should have done it correctly.
Yeah,
they want it now.
I think they want more like hype to it, like how Endgame and Avengers.
But
Infinity
War was hype. But Infinity
something
War
like
was
it up.
I don't know.
Single file, one at a time.
I just want something that big, like now, since they're competing with Marvel MCU.
This is what I've been
since
saying for years, bro.
They
like, need to stay in their own lane and take their time like Marvel did. If they want to be Marvel, they need to take the time and do the good stories before they get to the heavy hitters.
But so let's say you do even want to play. This is them trying to keep up with Marvel and stuff. Why would they do it this way when this is literally the perfect opportunity? Because this is them literally restarting the universe. This is the perfect time to right all the wrongs. This is the perfect time to make Flash the character he was supposed to be. To they could still do the Amazonian and the Atlantis, fight because Aquaman is part of this phase to build up the DC EU again. And Wonder Woman already has been established, so you don't have to worry about messing up their characters. And you can introduce a Batman plot point without introducing who Batman is, so you can still do that storyline and still have it true to the story, a great movie, and have everything perfectly to where it does set up the universe in a good spot. Like, okay, now you have established characters. The Flash is established well. Aquaman's established well. Wonder Woman's established well. Batman would then be established well when the new Batman movie comes out.
Wait, time out, time out. Just for the record, the new Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, he's not part of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, that's even better. Then you don't have to worry about nothing.
See,
and
I'm gonna build
Batman
off
movie.
what you were saying. This is also the perfect movie to recast some people that need to be recast, because
Flash.
he can go back in time. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna speak on that. I don't know how that would work. Anyways, he can go back in time, do all of that bullshit and back in time, and then come back. Characters are probably different, and then go back again, fix it, and when he comes back again, some of the people are different actors,
Different.
and the explanation is because it's a different universe that he's living in, like a completely different universe he's living in.
A soft reboot? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a good movie to do a soft reboot, so you can recast Superman, you can recast Batman if you really want to, you can recast whoever the hell you want to, and keep the actors who want to continue being those roles. And literally, the explanation is he just hopped universes. That's it.
I'm very sad because DC has this like really good thing going for him between like the Joker movie that came out. I know that's not necessarily DC, but like I wish it was. This Batman movie that's coming out. It's not going to be part of the DCEU, but it looks like it's going to be a really good movie. Mm-hmm. But then you look in their DCE, like the DCEU movies, and it's like they keep taking steps back, and it's like, bruh,
just back and forth.
It's so like frustrating because as much as I want, because DC genuinely has a lot of cool characters. Dr. Fate, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern.
You had to bring up Dr. Fate.
All those people, they're all great, cool characters. The Flash, but like you never do them justice.
All right, well, I'm gonna finish this off with a fuck the Flash movie. Speaking of Dr. Fate, let's talk about the banger that is gonna be Black Adam.
Ooh.
What about Adrian? Did Adrian say his piece about?
Oh, Adrian, what's your piece?
I mean,
I don't think you said a single goddamn thing, actually.
I didn't really get a chance.
I'm so sorry.
Y'all straight, but like, y'all really covered everything that I would have been able to cover it in Flash, including more. I kind of disagree with Brendan on the costume. I personally don't mind it. If anything, I like it. But as for Flash in the overall movie, Jay already debunked one of them isn't a Diego debunked one of them isn't a speedster and a Superwoman. It's still weird, and on the other hand, I think one of them still looks like a speedster. If it's not a speedster, I don't know who it is. I'm assuming it is.
I think
so. Yeah. So if those two characters that really weren't in Flashpoint in general are there, what purpose do they serve in general? Unless the speedster is going to really teach Barry Allen how to be Barry Allen in general, or not Barry Allen, be the Flash. It is weird and very jarring how this is gonna be like the first Flash movie instead of like building it up so he can actually be portrayed as a good Flash. Because like the Justice League version of the Flash was kind of a shitty portrayal. I think he should have been what he was, like comic book accurate Flash. Like him just being like this, how Brendan explained it, like someone that doesn't want to get their hands dirty and just really just pushes people out the way or just pushes bad people. I feel like we should have more character development from him before jumping into a big movie like this. Because now it's just, you can get character development from him in this movie, but will it be portrayed good or portrayed well? I don't know. I don't think it will, personally.
Those are some pretty good points.
Right. If Eobard Thawne isn't in this movie, I'm gonna have some words.
I don't know who else it could be though. Like who else would it be?
Bro, no, because he's also a big point of Flashpoint, and like there's nothing residing in like an actual main villain in this movie.
Well, did they should.
Oh,
I'm look. The more look, I'm drinking right now, so so I'm a little fuzzy on the Flash trailer. But was there even Reverse Flash shown?
No, there wasn't a Reverse Flash shown.
Okay, so
but
yeah,
the thing is,
this whole movie's a goddamn mess. The more that
the thing is I'm hoping he's in the movie. There's
this
no
is
way
Justice
he's
League
not.
2.0. This is what it is.
Yeah, we about to get a Flash the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut Flash, 5 hours long.
Did you guys watch the Snyder Cut and see the additions they made for the Flash?
Yeah.
Did you guys feel better about it?
I
Not
sort
really.
of did. Sort of. Very, very
It didn't really
slightly.
change
little
much, in my
bit
opinion.
better.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little
Not
bit.
much.
Not enough for me to be like, wow.
Yeah, it didn't change for me, to be honest. I was like, wow, crazy. Next.
But anyways, back to what Diego was saying about this Black Adam movie coming up.
Oh my god. Dr. Fate,
Now-
Hawkman, Atom Smasher, Cyclone. This movie's about to be stacked.
Do you guys think this is going to go for a Black Adam as a villain or like an anti-hero?
Probably anti-hero.
I think he's gonna start off as a villain and then slowly become an anti-hero.
I can't see him being like too villainous if he's, the name of the movie.
I
mean,
mean,
Black
he
Adam
disinherited a man in the first film.
First a villain. Like,
Yeah.
before becoming an anti-hero, he was a villain first.
Yeah.
I think this will be the lead up to Shazam versus Black Adam.
Oh yeah.
I think if
Shazam
anything,
3 is definitely gonna be.
I think what they'll do is he'll actually start out a anti-hero, kind of like I'll do what I want, but like if it helps people, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think he'll slowly start going into a more villainous thing throughout the movie, and then by the end of the movie, he's basically like villainous, wanting to kill Shazam, and that's how it'll go from that, and then we'll get Shazam 2, and then Shazam 3 will be really like Black Adam 2 / Shazam 3, and it'll be Shazam versus Black Adam.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about this one because you don't see much.
Yeah, I agree. I was about to say like
I just
not...
think the potential with
The potential is definitely
all
there.
of the characters that are there. I can't wait to see.
I want to see
Dr.
Dr. Fate's costume design.
I mean,
Like,
we got a
Mhm.
little glimpse of the helmet, and the helmet looks amazing.
It's very shiny. I wish they would have
Yeah.
toned down that shininess a little bit.
Nah.
Nah.
No.
Needs to see all the shiny glory.
I can't wait to see the costumes.
Yeah. I mean, Black Adam's costume looks
It
pretty
looks
cool.
really good.
It looks clean.
But I'm talking about like Hawkman's costume. They
Yeah,
could
we only
go,
get like little glimpse of their like little insignias on their chest, and that's it.
Yeah.
The movie's gonna be so good.
But
But I think he is gonna start off as a villain since he, just murdered Homeboy right off the bat.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's who you getting close
Well,
to,
because
bro?
and also with that little animated teaser that they showed, before I think last year, right?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Anyways, he pretty much was like, just what is it called? The I forget what it's called, but I'm assuming that he's probably gonna be very angry off rip, and he's probably gonna go more into like an anti-hero state of mind by the end of the movie, and probably whatever happens in Shazam 2, since it is called Fury of the Gods, I think.
Hmm.
Something's probably going to happen during that movie that's going to piss off Black Adam, and that's why they're going to
Okay.
fight in 3.
Interesting. I don't know. It's it'll be cool to see, like, because like you can always think about like you see like Superman and you see like, you know, someone like Bizarro, Doomsday, and you always see from like Superman's point of view.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be very interesting to see like Shazam's quote unquote villain from their point of view the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get to actually see what their thought process is and what they go through. I think that'll be very interesting, and seeing them use their powers in a negative way instead of a positive.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting. I guess, and to lead into that though, are y'all excited for the next Shazam movie? Since we got like a little like, hey, it's coming.
I mean, I really liked Shazam. Is it the same director?
I think so.
I mean, that's all I really care about. As long as they get the same director, I can't see how it could go wrong.
All I know is
True.
the siblings still have the powers, and I think that's the greatest shit ever.
Oh yeah, they did. Shit. It's been a while since I saw the Shazam movie. So
Yeah, because
I
like in
think
the
they're
little
gonna keep it
behind,
like that.
yeah, but the behind the scenes thing, they show like 3 of them, so obviously the
Yeah.
rest of them are probably gonna have it.
I think they'll either keep it like that for the rest of the time, or he's gonna like when he fights Black Adam or something, they have to give that power back to him so that he can like defeat him.
Yeah, because isn't it divvied up between the 7 of them now?
I believe
Yes.
so.
I think
Some
so.
of it is or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm just curious because like I know in the Flashpoint cartoon, or is it Flashpoint cartoon? I don't think it's the Flashpoint. In another animated movie, the Shazam character is actually the 7 kids, but when they say Shazam, it
Yeah,
all goes
they
into one person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. All right, well, I guess we will move into the next one, which is Aquaman 2. Jay, that one is definitely the same director, which I'm happy about because I personally really like the Aquaman movie. Actually,
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like the first one.
Yeah, I
how do y'all
recently
feel about
started
the
watching
costume
it, and
change?
Huh? The costume
Adrian,
change?
go ahead.
I recently watched the Aquaman movie since I haven't been able to, and I will say I did love it. It was really good and well done. And I didn't know what else they were gonna do for another Aquaman movie, but I'm kind
There's
of
so
hyped to
much
see
that
what
they
else they
can
can
do. There's so much they can do.
I don't look into Aquaman that much, so that's probably why I don't know.
In my opinion, he is the most slept on DC hero, period. Because, for decades, everybody's like, oh, he's just, he just talks to fish.
He talked to fish.
Yeah, that's literally it. But, like, if you read his comics, he's got some bangers, like, left and right. The people who have wrote Aquaman comics for, like, the last few decades are slapping out home run after home run after home run. But you said the costume change, Brennan?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure if it's a costume change or if it's like a stealth suit kind of thing. It kind of seems like the next movie is gonna be like kind of like a.
What's the extension of it?
I think it's
just
the
read
Lost
it
Kingdom.
recently. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now for you. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I heard it was a costume change. Like they changed it up. They made it darker. I don't know. You could be right. It could be more of like a stealth type thing. I won't be mad either way. I think the darker tone looks good, but I also think the green and orange of the OG one looked good. The only thing I could see them going away from the green and orange is it's very bright and it's very like in your face, and it seems like DC's not that they want to keep a darker tone, but they seem to like their like darker colorings.
Yeah, like the muted kind of colors.
Yeah, so like it's like, hey, we gave the comic book fans, the look and the glimpse of the OG costume, but we're not going to keep it this way. Kind of like Captain America,
Yeah.
His costume slowly got more and more modernized, and less into the whole like Star Spangled Banner type look.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, either way, I think both costumes look really good.
I just looked it up since I didn't know about it. I think it looks cool. Like I like the colors more and how it looks for Aquaman than just the orange and green color that he had going.
I also think like if you've seen like the behind the scenes like video, I also kind of think they changed up the colors just because of how bright the environment looks like it's going to be based off of like the concept art that they showed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like if you have bright backgrounds with a bright suit on, it's probably gonna clash way too much.
It'll
So
be a lot.
yeah, so I think that's probably why they changed it, if anything. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really excited to see that Black Manta's back, because
Yeah,
Black Manta is one of my more favorite villains.
that's his constant villain, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like
He
one
just
of his iconic
refuses
villains.
to go away.
It's like
Yeah,
the Joker for Batman.
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know. I will say that if DC could hit movies as good as James Wan hits Aquaman, we'd be in such a good spot.
Yeah.
But no,
For sure.
they are on too much.
I
So
just
frustrating,
am
man.
so excited because this movie looks like it's going to be so good.
How do you feel about not recasting Amber Heard? I actually did look it up. She is not fired from the movie, and also there was an article saying that the director James Wan actually. I might be wrong about this. Again, I'm reading this off of the internet, so who knows if this is true or not. But he rejected the petition of the fans saying to get her off of the movie. Personally, I understand why he would do it. You essentially have done two movies with her being
Mara.
the essential love interest for Aquaman, and that's like recasting freaking Lois Lane or something in Superman, like in the middle of a run.
I would say that's like recasting Zendaya for MJ. It like in between the two movies. I don't really think like, don't get me wrong, the whole situation is obviously very fucked up, and she does deserve to be fired, but I also understand for continuity purposes, because yes, you obviously could replace her with somebody else, but at the same time the performance would be different.
Be
she
weird.
doesn't have the chemistry with Jason Momoa that Amber Heard has. She doesn't understand the character as much as Amber Heard would. So like I kind of get why he would do that, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he did it more for the betterment of the movie than obviously,
like personal reasons.
And I'm sure once Mara's story arc is done, he'll probably kick her to the curb.
I mean, she just, as of right now, she's been too important to the movie. I mean, she was in Justice League, and she gave Aquaman like the push to want to like help out the Atlanteans and the Earth. And then in the movie, she literally she was almost as much of the main character as Jason Momoa was. Like she was in basically the entire movie as well, and played a very important pivotal role. So at this point, changing her would have just been like weird. Like it would have just been like okay. It would have been like changing Black Widow or something out of the Avengers. Like it just, yeah, it's not the main focal point, but it's important enough for us to be like, wow, why'd you even do that?
Yeah, I'm upset that he did, obviously reject it, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I can't be mad at you for doing it, given, like you said, the situation isn't really a good one to be in. But I mean, it makes sense. I can't see another actress pulling it off.
Well, not only that, but it's like I said earlier,
it's just very hard work to actually start recasting another character.
Well, yeah,
and then also just have it find another chemistry for Jason Momoa and him just still keeping the continuity right. It just looks jarring to have a new person as
Mara and just acting like nothing's different. Because like you also got to keep in mind, she's not going to get the same performance out of Jason Momoa. Like it could be to the detriment of the movie because the actress doesn't really know what's happening. So I don't know. I'm indifferent.
Yeah. It's those I agree, but I disagree at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to be mad at him for what he did, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it.
At the end of the day, yeah.
It's his movie.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Who are we to tell him what to do and what not to do in his movie? I mean, at the end of the, also you have to think about it this way. If it was really that big of a problem between all of the actors and stuff, they would have
They
gotten
would have
rid of her. Like
refused to, yeah.
if Jason Momoa would have been like, "Bruh, like I can't look at her the same. Like I can't do this," then they would have replaced her.
Yeah.
But they all, I think, understood that for the movie, it was just gonna have to be like dealt with.
All right. Well, I think that's it with the movies, right? Or is there another one?
Movies? I don't think there was another movie. Could be wrong. Oh, Peacemaker.
Oh,
Oh, did we forget about that?
yes, we did.
That one's a show, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still there.
it's banking off of the Suicide Squad movie.
Yup.
Literally picks up right where it left off.
What are you
back,
guys'
by the way.
thoughts? Well, welcome back, Javen. What is your thought on the Peacekeeper TV show?
I mean, I see that it's written and I don't know if it's directed each episode by James Gunn, but
I think it's
that
just
gives me
written
some
by him.
that gives me some faith. But outside of that, I mean, it's already hard to like this character if you've watched the Suicide Squad. He's pretty unforgivable. But then
See, but I think this is the redemption arc for him.
could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks funny. I don't think it looks like it's a must watch, but it looks funny. So that's how I feel about it. I'll probably watch it, but it doesn't look like groundbreaking or anything. But I do like I have trust in James Gunn since he's writing it, so that gives me a little booster right there.
To be honest, I'm not sure about y'all, but I really don't know a damn thing about Peacekeeper other than how he was portrayed in Suicide
Is
Squad.
it Peacekeeper or is it Peacemaker?
It's Peacemaker.
Why did I say Peacekeeper? Fuck.
Hey, this ain't Black Ops 2. I probably made the same mistake, to be honest.
Nah, it's fucking a gun from Apex Legends shit.
Black
Anywho,
Ops 2, boy.
Peacemaker. Don't really know much about him other than, of course, how he was portrayed in Suicide Squad 2. But since this might be his redemption arc, am interested in how he's gonna develop in this. To be honest, I thought he really died in Suicide Squad. If no one showed me the post-credit scenes, I would have been like, "Oh, he dead."
Yeah, you would have been like, why the fuck is he back?
Yeah, I would have been like, "Excuse me, this man survived a gunshot to the fucking neck." But other than that, that's it.
Honestly, I'm kind of just like, I'm along for the ride, because I don't know a damn thing about this character except for he's basically like a rip-off Captain America. I mean, like, he is, but isn't.
So, I'm kind of with you, dear. I'm along for the ride. It's like I'm not dying to see it. I will say it's fun to see John Cena like
Have
being
fun.
successful,
Yeah.
and have fun in this type of role. But the only reason I made that noise about the Captain America thing is because he's not a super. So literally, there's no actual like super. He's another
I meant
Batman,
like personality trait. That's what I meant.
Like the patriotic.
Yeah,
shit.
the patriot. He's literally Captain America gone awry.
Yeah, because his whole trope, Adrian, like not knowing anything about him, is basically what they say in the movie. Like he was a soldier, and something, I don't remember exactly what happened, but something happened, and then he basically just became this person who was like so obsessed with trying to make peace that he would kill any and everyone that he had to in order to get peace. So that's why he tells people he's like a superhero, because to him he's just trying to get peace. Meanwhile, he's out here freaking murdering everybody. He's essentially like a vigilante. Yeah. You know,
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
I enjoyed his character up until he killed Homie.
Yeah.
But even then, like, even watching this watching this, it's still like I can still enjoy his character, just because again, to him it was like, I'm just keeping the peace. Like, I'm not. It's not personal, but it is what it is. But I mean, I don't know. It looks funny. It looks entertaining, to say the least.
Plus,
so I'm not mad at it.
Plus, it does help to see that he's kind of like seeking forgiveness, I guess, or like trying to redeem himself, I guess would be a better word, actually. Because seeing where his character goes from here is kind of what I'm gonna watch the show for.
Yeah, DC always does it good with their shows, so I have more faith in that than I do a majority of their movies right now.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I'm kind of
They're
interested how it goes with this. I'm also, well, this is like maybe like a not a fan thing I want because I don't really care about this character, but like maybe Weasel will come back in the show or not come back in the show. Just like had a little cameo in the show
Just eating
since
some
he
children.
somehow lived.
Just eating some
eating
children.
children. All right, bro.
No, yeah, he eats children.
Yeah, it's
All right,
weird,
bro.
but I don't know. Maybe he have a little cameo. I highly doubt it, but it'd be cool. Cool thing for Suicide
I
Squad
was
too.
so happy we did not see him in Suicide Squad, bro. I was not ready to look at that thing the entire movie.
That motherfucker looks freaky as hell.
Jay, you remember when we were talking about which CGI character would die, and both of us were just like, "It's gonna be Weasel." Good talk. Good talk.
Jay's just gone.
Out of here, bro.
Unless he muted
Yeah.
himself.
You did not say anything.
I said yeah. Y'all just didn't hear it then.
That's cap. But,
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
cap.
That's such cap. So, does anybody have some thoughts before we move on about like all of the live action stuff for DC Fandome?
No, but since we were on Suicide Squad, I think we should go on to the video game aspects of DC Fandom.
Look, he's picking up on these goddamn transitions. Look at this. So, did you guys watch the trailer for it?
Yeah.
Yo,
What do you guys think?
I personally think the storyline for Suicide Squad is interesting. Them going against the Justice League, though at first it felt like hearing that like out of context is like random. But when you watch the trailer, I'm making an assumption that maybe there is a bigger plot line to this because Superman does not look like good old happy Superman that we all know.
It's Brainiac. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say like when we saw the ship at first, I'm like, this is Brainiac or either it's like another high intelligent alien that I just don't know.
I'm gonna say this with like 95% confidence that it's Brainiac.
Yeah, I'm going with Brainiac too. If it's not Brainiac, I'll be shocked. Like, I don't know who else it will be.
Then I have no idea who the hell it is. But I think that's a big task, especially for the 4 specific characters that they chose. Because I thought it was gonna be like a whole group of them, and you just kind of cycle through, like throughout the game. But it looks like it's just gonna be Harley, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang, and that's
to take out the whole Justice League. I don't think they're gonna take out the whole Justice League. I'm pretty sure there's some Justice League member. My guess is Wonder Woman isn't under control of Brainiac, unless Brainiac control is very different from each one of them.
For sure, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, was Batman shown at all?
Batman. He only showed his Batmobile.
Okay.
They didn't show Batman himself, which I
Honestly,
think Batman didn't get control either.
The only way that I see this actually happening is if Batman is the only one that isn't controlled by Brainiac, because we all know Batman is the only motherfucker in the world who can kill the Justice League. So
he's the only one with the plan.
Exactly. He knows he has a contingency plan for everybody that he works with. So
scary to think about.
I think it really is. But I think that might be the plot point, and either Batman will team up with them or Batman will just be like a hey, do this kind of thing. Cuz he's going to be like, I refuse to work with you guys since you guys are criminals. So I'm just going to drop this flash drive on the floor over here. It may or may not have the plans to kill everybody. If you happen to pick it up, that's not on me.
I mean, he'll have to work with Amanda Waller, even though I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Amanda Waller.
Yeah, I was going to say, or he hates Amanda Waller.
Yeah, they have like
the only other thing that I can really think of is him, being like, let me get in contact with Amanda Waller and I'll have her tell you guys how to kill each and every one of them. Because I feel like if they had Batman as one of the playable characters, it would overshadow the entire cast. So
I think the game looks cool, but I'm scared to say that because the DC Online Universe freaking trailer looked so sick, and then you play the actual game, and it is so stupid.
Yeah.
So I really want to see gameplay and like the whole like how this game runs before I really say anything, because you know how they are. They be making trailer like think about like don't get me wrong, Assassin's Creed are great games,
Yeah.
but their cinematic trailers are
Looks so
a whole
good,
other
yeah.
level.
Yes.
So like
Very.
Well,
I'm
not only
saying
that,
it
but,
looks
like-
good with a grain of salt of like I don't know how the gameplay is gonna actually be.
Yeah, because they've been pretty hit or miss with all of like the superhero games that they've been doing.
Yeah, I'm
recently.
not gonna lie. This shit's been weird. Like the recent Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm not sure about y'all, but I'm not too keen on.
Like I was
More
hyped
interested
because
on-
they were making it, but like as I was watching the gameplay, I was like,
It just seems boring. Like I can see
Yeah.
how it can get boring very quickly, and that's how I feel Suicide Squad might get, which like scares me. But like since it's a DC, I'm hoping it gets
who's
to Batman,
making the
Arkham's, not
Suicide
cities.
Squad?
I don't know. I don't think it's definitely. I don't think it's the people that make Arkham Dark Knights or whatever. However, the
Yeah,
games are.
I know that those are different teams, but let me see.
Speaking of the Arkham games,
Hold on.
Before we get to that,
Rocksteady. What did Rocksteady make? Oh, they made all of the Arkham games.
oh, so okay, so
See,
are
but
they
that's
gonna
what I
make
mean
the-
though, is that isn't like one or two of them the only good ones?
I thought all of them.
I
were
mean,
good.
if it's any of the Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, any of those are fire.
Okay.
All
I
of
hope
them
it gets
are
the
great.
treatment because I hope it's not like a cash grab and just a shit game. But
I don't think it will be because that's the only game that they've been working on since 2015. So
Yeah.
really,
No, I'm also very curious to see if it's going to be co-op or not. That's
it
a lot of people
should
to
be.
do
Well,
it.
because isn't Gotham Knights co-op?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would
either.
hope so because that's such a good that only because for example, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big solo game person.
Yeah.
I loved Assassin's Creed, but that's really my extent to playing campaign driven games.
Mm-hmm.
But you throw in a co-op ability, bruh, say less, bro. I'll get that game and play with y'all all day long. I'd love to, because I did actually play the Arkham City and Arkham Asylum games, and those were some games I genuinely enjoyed and had fun playing the campaign for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be very excited if that's who's making the Suicide Squad game. Then I take back what I said. I'm excited, but. Because then I know the gameplay is not going to be garbage.
How do you feel about it, Jay?
Well, I've never actually played any of those games, to be honest.
I haven't.
They're all
either.
very good games.
Yeah, I know that. So I can all I can say really is that I mean like I said, gameplay would be nice, but I think it looks interesting.
Praying for that co-op multiplayer, bruh.
See, now I'm not really sure if Gotham Knights is gonna be good.
Why?
Because the people who made or are making Gotham Knights have only really worked on Gotham City and Arkham Origins.
Gotham City, is that the one with the white
Yeah.
cover? That one's good. I played that one. That was a genuinely good game too. So Arkham Asylum is the very first one. That game was good. There was a second one, right?
That was Arkham City.
Oh, that was Arkham. Okay, so I played the second one then. I played Arkham City. The only reason I didn't beat it and stopped is because the game glitched out and I couldn't get past a certain part. And I even did all the normal tropes of restart the game and stuff like that, and it wasn't working. But other than that, the fighting mechanics, everything about that game was fantastic. I loved playing that game. I was actually really sad that I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, so the one that I was thinking of is actually Arkham Origins because I'm looking at the reception thing and it literally says mixed or average reviews. Yeah, so the people who made the one bad to decent Arkham game are the people making Gotham Knights, so that kind of scares me because Gotham Knights is actually the one that I'm looking forward to more because it's got the homies, bro. It's got Red Hood, it's got Robin, it's got Nightwing, it's got Batgirl.
Was Origins the one that had like the introduction of Red Hood?
I think so.
That game, I think I watched a playthrough of it. It didn't look too bad. That's interesting. But I think Arkham Knights has potential. I mean, it has a lot of beloved characters. You know, if they can throw in that co-op aspect, that'll be even better.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it with friends, so that in case the story isn't as great as it could be, you can still have the fun aspect of playing with your friends and stuff. And that could create some like really cool like puzzles, like for like co-op specific, portions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still kind of excited if they have co-op. Now, if it releases and it doesn't have co-op, then to be honest, I probably ain't touching it. As much as I loved the Arkham games, at this point, I don't got time to be playing no single player games, bro.
Can I say one personal gripe that I have with Red Hood? It's mostly just his design. Is in Gotham Knights, or is it Gotham Knights or Gotham City?
It's Gotham Knights.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I just don't like his design because he just looks like a Deadpool. At least his mask does. Like whenever I like envision Red Hood, I envision like the helmet he has, not just like the regular, not like a mask like a vigilante has. But I don't know. That's just personally me. That's all I gotta say about it. Hopefully the game itself is good. I think we have some gameplay of it out beforehand, but I don't remember.
They showed some gameplay. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
knowing that game, there's probably going to be a way for you to edit the character and like have different like color suits or different masks or something like that. They usually do, don't they?
Yeah, they usually do. But if they don't, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's a missed opportunity, bro.
For real.
Now, to be fair, the only thing I'd counteract what Adrian said is like, to me, when I saw the mask, I didn't see it as anything different from the helmet. I mean, I guess you could say the helmet has more of a metallic look, but I mean, it's an all red mask with white eyes. It's hard not to look like another character that has an all red mask with white eyes. I mean, given Deadpool has a little bit more black around his eyes, but you know what I mean. Like it is basically the same mask for the most part. But I see what you're saying, having a helmet instead of a mask.
Yeah, that's just how I envisioned Red Hood and like a lot of his iterations. So it's just weird, but nothing too breaking for me.
I'm assuming we're done. I don't think there's anything else that released.
Unless Jay has something that he wants to talk about.
No, I'm all good.
Yeah.
What is this, Monday Night Football guy? Get to your point.
Alright, so so this is the end of the podcast. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of tipsy, so like thinking off the top of my head is not my strong suit right now. So
damn, you should have told me you were drinking, bro. I would have been drinking with you.
Drunk laughing, Diego. I haven't heard that in so long.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, y'all. That is going to be the end of the podcast today. Wasn't really a big week for news other than DC Fandome. But I mean, other than that, like Diego stated previously, by the time you're hearing this, we will have it up on Spotify, possibly Apple Music. We got to see about that one. We're having some difficulties with that one. We're hoping. Other than that, as always, check out Diego's YouTube. Check out Jay's YouTube. Adrian is still working on getting his Star Psycho stream set up. But till then, we will catch you guys later.
And the links for all of that stuff will be in the description. Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify, go and check out the YouTube channel for this. Also, we have an Instagram. Did you set that up yet?
We do have an Instagram. I'm still waiting to put some finishing touches on it. But for the most part, it's all set up, and I'll start posting on there soon.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. So catch you guys next week.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.
See ya.
What's up, everybody? The editor version of Wrath here. First off, I wanted to thank you for listening up until this point, and while we were watching the trailers together for everything that we talked about during the podcast, we had some pretty outlandish moments that had happened, as well as one part that I did have to unfortunately cut from the podcast, purely just because I didn't feel like it was appropriate, and to celebrate us getting put on Spotify and hopefully Apple Music, I figured I'd do a little blooper reel. And this will also be thrown up on our TikTok and Instagram whenever we finalize everything. But for now, enjoy.
I need her.
Sir, get me that Catwoman.
I need that cat.
I'm the lowest daughter-in-law.
I need that penguin, bro. What you mean?
You know, you and me are kind of different. You have that.
Okay, but as you'll see in the trailer, Batman has the same taste as me. Look at bro.
Black.
I guess we have to see the movie. Black.
Drake?
Drake.
You mean the dude who's out of the world from a kid when he should be hiding a kid from the world?
I can't even blame Batman for whatever he about to do to them cheap. You know what I'm saying?
No, Batman.
Oh
just
shit, I forgot
opened-
about this too.
That's his face when it is giving him head.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That would be my face too.
Shit, nigga, I'll be in heaven. I don't know how you gonna get out of that situation, but I hope you don't, because I need Zendaya. I'm sorry, Tom Holland.
I hate you
Praying on-
so much.
You praying on his downfall?
Bro, you see that? Equal rights, equal fight, boy.
Equal Where's Edward? Where's Ein? The fuck?
I need Iron, bro.
Excuse me?
Furry?
But
Huh?
I just said I need Iron, bro.
You a
Yeah,
furry?
and you also said you need Zendaya. And Catwoman. So I'm just putting the pieces together.
Listen, listen. There's different wants in this world, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I want a dog because it looks cute, and
Yeah,
I want Catwoman for her pussy. There's a big difference.
Yo, he did not just say that.
I'm just being real.
All I'm hearing from this conversation is that Adrian wants to fuck a dog.
Excuse me.
Javen, am I right?
When has that been stated?
See, Adrian wants all this, but that's gonna be the girl that he gets.
Nope.
Goth may be traveling with his family.
You have to tremendously down me in some Hennessy for me to go and consider.
The other one looks like a butt baby.
A butt baby.
Yeah, my older brother told
Javen, any thoughts?
So, I got a mouthful of cantaloupe right now.
Oh my
You're gonna have to get back to me.
Finish the mouthful and speak, because once you say your piece, we're moving on to Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, give me a few moments.
Oh my god. This man is a menace.
I'm hungry. Give me a sec, bro.
He's a hardworking man who worked all day. Let him eat his food.
Bro,
I worked the same amount of hours that he did.
He had an hour to eat his food.
You don't know what else he was doing.
He was beating his meat like a fucking pussy. That's what he was doing.
He might have been.
Slobbing himself up, bro. Giving that guy by himself, bro.
All
Y'all
right.
don't do that?
Y'all don't do that.
I can't even
so
touch
just
my
me?
toes.
That's crazy.
So you
So?
got the wrong one.
Listen, bro. Just take out your ribs.
Ignore him. Javen, what are your thoughts?